In today's news, BVICCHA gears up for rebranding and return of Trade Expo. The first of four has landed in Asia to commence their scholarship program. DWM launches derelict removal campaign. Asphalt plant commissioning has been delayed once again. A new date is said to be coming soon. And the death toll grows in tragic Dominican Republic explosion. We have the details of this and so much more when 284 News returns.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes,
Good
son.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay. I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of 284 News. I'm Ron Grant, bringing you the very latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. A happy Friday is wished to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us. Beginning our newscast on the local scene, the Recovery and Development Agency of the Virgin Islands has provided an update on the progress of the Jos Van Dyke multi-purpose facility, which will serve as a primary school and community center for the island. According to the RDA, the facility has undergone significant improvements over the past few weeks, including the installation of windows, doors, railings, light fixtures, fans, and wastewater treatment technology. The interior of the building has been painted 80% and the exterior painting will start soon. The kitchen and bathroom tiles have also been completed. The facility will feature some 13 classrooms, a science lab, a computer lab, a music room, a staff room, a learning resource center, and a 1,000-gallon cistern capacity. Now, the project is expected to be finished by December of 2023. Minister for Education, the Honorable Cherie B. De Castro and her team visited the site in July. The visit by Minister De Castro and her team aimed to assess the progress of the project and, of course, to ensure that it aligns with the vision for a modern and well-equipped educational facility. She had previously expressed high expectations for the new facility and hopes that it will provide a conducive learning environment for the students and a space for community activities. The Jos Van Dyke multi-purpose facility is part of the RDA's efforts to rebuild and enhance the education sector within the Virgin Islands after, of course, the devastating hurricanes of 2017. In an official comment, they said, and I quote, "Active works continue to take place towards the completion of this multi-purpose facility. The RDA is proud to partner with the Ministry of Education, Youth Affairs, Sport to provide the Jos Van Dyke community with a state-of-the-art facility." On the matter of scholarships, the BVI Hong Kong office welcomed Kimberly Cords to Asia on Tuesday as the first of the 4 recipients of the BVI Asia Abroad Scholarship Program. Cords is part of the first cohort of the program, which also includes local Travis Thomas, Tissa Donovan, and Adante George. She will be undertaking a bachelor's in educational psychology in Mapu. Prior to her departure from the territory, Premier Dr. The Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley held a brief ceremony to officially congratulate the scholars for being accepted to be part of the first cohort of the program.
Today I want to recognize our students as we see them off and wish them well on this new and uncharted journey. These 4 students are pioneers, taking the first steps from which we hope many others will follow.
Premier Wheatley said the progress made to date stems from an estimated 3 years of work that went into developing the program.
As Premier, I have continued to support the hard work of the Hong Kong office via the International Affairs Secretariat over the last year to provide more opportunities for our students to complete their university education. After 3 years of great effort by the BVI Hong Kong office, the program has borne fruit, and our first cohort of Virgin Islanders are going off to study in Asia this August and September. 4 students in total today, and we are taking the occasion to celebrate this momentous step in the BVI's development. 2023 is a major step in the history of the Virgin Islands and the education of our people.
Assistant Secretary of External Affairs in the Premier's office, Ms. Zaira Wheatley, said that the program aligns with the mandate of the BVI Hong Kong office and strengthens the ties between the territory and Asia.
This occasion serves as a remarkable achievement, the inaugural journey of BVI students traveling to Asia for their studies. This initiative, known as the Asia Abroad Scholarship Program, stands as a cornerstone for the BVI Hong Kong office's mandate. Meticulously crafted to forge deeper connections between the Virgin Islands and the dynamic Asia-Pacific region. It is important to acknowledge that over 50% of the territory's financial services revenue is generated in the Asia-Pacific region. This scholarship program is a resounding testament to our commitment to nurturing and strengthening these vital ties. It builds on our well-established economic cooperation the territory already enjoys with the Asia-Pacific region, particularly in the BVI's primary financial services markets in Hong Kong, China, and Singapore.
Now, the program is a 3-way partnership between the government of the Virgin Islands, elite universities in Asia, and the private sector to provide Virgin Islanders with the opportunity to study in Asia. It is administered by the BVI's representative office in Hong Kong under the directorship of Dr. Ricardo Wheatley, which serves as a guide and liaison for the Virgin Islanders studying in the Asia region. Viewers, up next, we have more local news. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
When you're in need of air conditioning, installation, repairs, or replacement services, Markinson Air Conditioning and Refrigeration has the professional technicians, equipment, parts, and ACs to get the job done right. Markinson Air Conditioning and Refrigeration carries top brands like Daikin, Aircon, Mitsubishi, and more. We're open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Located in Fish Bay. Telephone 340-4114 or 343-9511. Markinson Air Conditioning and Refrigeration, providing exceptional services to the British Virgin Islands since 2015.
Rashford made it. Manchester United have come from behind to lead.
At home or on the go, watch CCT Live. Download our app and carry your favorite TV shows, news, or live sports anywhere you go. Visit cctbvi.com/live, select your package, and tune in.
Looks like Johnny's ex-girlfriend finally found my car.
You've got CG. You're fine. I'll never forget the year those monkeys stole my car. They drove it over a cliff, burned the seats, and carved the words pineapple banana smoothie into all the doors. And that was after they used it for the bank heist. I don't blame them. It's their favorite smoothie, and I refuse to share the recipe.
No deductible for theft, malicious damage, and more. CG Insurance. Good like that.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Continuing on the local scene, the Department of Waste Management has launched a derelict removal campaign to rid the territory of most derelict vehicles by mid-September. This was confirmed by the Director of Department of Waste Management, Mr. Marcus Solomon, during a recent GIS report. Now, he said the target areas will be the islands of Tortola and Virgin Gorda, and he urged residents on both islands to assist the department in identifying derelict vehicles to have them stored and ready for shipment.
What we are trying to do, and what we are doing actually, is that we are working with an external provider to help us process those vehicles for export purposes. So those vehicles are going for recycling purposes. They'll be recycled and we'll use in an export market. At presently, we don't have the ability to recycle those vehicles, right? But we are working with someone who can do so, and therefore they will take the vehicle, they'll come and process the vehicles, put it on a badge, and it will leave the country.
Solomon said the date for shipping the vehicles out of the territory is September 18th. Therefore, the process of collecting the derelict vehicles will have to be completed by September 15th. The director also took the time to explain what constitutes a derelict vehicle to provide clarity on properly identifying such vehicle.
So today I got an email confirmation that it's coming on September the 18th. So we want to be on the country at a state of readiness for September the 18th. So we want as much vehicles that we know we no longer have use for to leave this country, and so that we can start the process of beautifying the areas where the vehicles were.
Now, viewers, he said that the issue of derelict vehicles across the territory ever since the 2017 hurricanes has been an eyesore to many and has impacted the BVI's tourism product. This campaign, he said, will help to beautify the territory, restoring the conditions where derelict vehicles once occupied.
What classifies a derelict vehicle is any vehicle that is no longer of useful value to anyone. So we, in the international term, we say end of life. All right? So it's a vehicle that has been left unclaimed by someone, because what the process that we have before we consider that is that we tag the vehicle and we wait for the notice period to end, and only when the notice period has come to end without anyone claiming those vehicles, then we are able to remove the vehicles and consider it a derelict vehicle.
Solomon said the date for shipping the vehicles out of the territory is September 18th. Therefore, the process of collecting the derelict vehicles will have to be completed by September 15th. The director also took the time to explain what constitutes a derelict vehicle to provide clarity on properly identifying such vehicle.
That is one of the issues that citizens have been clamoring for us to clean up all those vehicles that have been left on either their private property or government properties. The site they don't like, and it doesn't look good for the brand, the tourism brand that BVI wants to sell to the world. So a lot of pressure has been placed on us to make sure that we clean up those vehicles and continue on a campaign to get rid of derelict vehicles that are left on people's property or government property.
Now, viewers, he said that the issue of derelict vehicles across the territory ever since the 2017 hurricanes has been an eyesore to many and has impacted the BVI's tourism product. This campaign, he said, will help to beautify the territory, restoring the conditions where derelict vehicles once occupied. Persons across the Virgin Islands are urged to identify derelict vehicles on private and public property and to contact the Department of Waste Management at 494-4934 or via the BVI Gov Report It app. Persons are advised to record location information and submit it to the department or via the app, accompanied with a photo where applicable. Where the report is received, an officer will travel to the location, identify the vehicle, and issue a notice appropriate to the location, the Ministry of Health stated in a subsequent media release. The delay of the commissioning of the new asphalt plant from the July 31st, 2023 date is due to a number of last-minute requirements that were brought to the attention of the Director of Public Works. Director Jeremy Hodge, during a recent press conference, disclosed that his department's plan to finally commission the new asphalt plant was halted after a representative from the ANN, the company responsible for manufacturing the plant, provided a list that needed to be completed before the plant could be okayed to be commissioned. This list, he said, comes less than 2 weeks prior to the July 31st commissioning date, with requirements that included items that needed to be procured, which he said will take some time before the items arrive in the Virgin Islands.
Not too long ago, we announced that we expected the plant to be commissioned in late June, early July. Since then, we did receive communications from the company Amen that a technician would be here on the 24th of July, which is Monday gone. Hence the announcement from the minister about our plant being ready for commission Monday. The patching you saw, or road maintenance that you saw happened over the last 2 days, was supposed to be from our plant, where we had agreed that the first batch would be used to bring some relief throughout the Virgin Islands from our plant while the technician was here. Unfortunately, Wednesday of last week, the local representative of Amen came to visit my office with a list of requirements that we were not privy to, or himself was privy to, which required more things for the plant.
Hodge detailed some of the requirements on the list, with some stemming from the plant being dormant over the last couple of years due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
One, they want to be able to change the oil in the plant since the plant has been sitting there for so long. And there were some other additives in order to heat the bitumen and other specialized parts for the plant. With this said, it requires us going through a brief procurement process in order to purchase these items. They then propose to come Monday coming, but of course to go through the process and get those components here before that time would pose a challenge. And of course, with the festivities coming into play the following week, I would lose 5 days with a technician being here. I only have 10.
The director also spoke about the location of the plant, which is in the middle of a quarry, and the challenges posed due to the environment.
A facility in the middle of a quarry has its challenges. With the staff, which will be providing an enclosed office, the plant itself comes with an enclosed operational facility within it that will be air conditioned. It also provides some challenges for the plant itself in its maintenance with all the dust and everything. Again, myself, the minister, the PS at the time, we spent quite a bit of time in 2020 trying to locate a site that would be more prudent to a better working environment. After having a few options, those options fell through eventually, and we were unable to find a new site for the plant. Hence, the decision to remain at the site that we are right now.
Now, due to its location, Hodge said that several enhancements of the plant had to be undertaken to allow for an efficient and safe operation of the plant.
In order for the new plant to be functional at that new site, there needed to be some enhancements which required construction to facilitate the new plant. This plant is none like the one we had before, but a modernized plant, which even has the ability to recycle its own waste and make oil for its reuse. This plant, you will not expect to have the type of pollution coming from this plant at the same time. The construction on the site, it took some time. We had to build retaining walls, slab to place the plant, a slab to place the silo. There were also pedestals that had to be built for the other auxiliary parts for the plant.
284 Media also followed up with Director Hodge, who confirmed that the technician will arrive in the territory on Thursday, August 17, to conduct an assessment of the plant over the coming day. He said once the assessment is completed, a commissioning date will be determined, which he expects to be sometime soon. Up next, we have more on the local scene. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of it then. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes,
Good
Sonny.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy, over there. You must stop cut fun topic.
It's okay. I'll take care of it.
What? No man, forget you.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
That's out. That's 6. That's out.
With great service and fast claims response, we're like a home match that isn't played at your actual home. CG Insurance. Good like that.
My turn. Oh, come on, guys.
Looks like Johnny's ex-girlfriend finally found my car.
You've got CG. You're fine. I'll never forget the year those monkeys stole my car. They drove it over a cliff, burned the seats, and carved the words pineapple banana smoothie into all the doors. And that was after they used it for the bank heist. I don't blame them. It's their favorite smoothie, and I refuse to share the recipe.
No deductible for theft, malicious damage, and more. CG Insurance. Good like that.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. On to the final leg of our newscast. A massive explosion that rocked a busy market area near the capital of the Dominican Republic on Monday has left a trail of destruction and claimed the lives of more than 24 people, including a 4-month-old baby. The death toll, which initially stood at 11, surged to 27 by Wednesday as search and rescue teams continued their grim tasks. Now, the blast occurred around 2 p.m. local time in the city of San Cristobal, located just west of Santo Domingo. The cause of the explosion remains unknown, but officials said they suspect it was triggered by a gas leak or a faulty electrical connection. The explosion ignited a huge fire that engulfed several buildings and vehicles in the area, sending clumps of black smoke into the sky. Firefighters battled the blazes for hours, while rescue workers searched for survivors and victims among the rubble. Local media reported that the market area known as the Old Marketplace was crowded with people buying and selling goods ranging from vegetables to clothes. Many of the victims were vendors and customers who were trapped by the flame or hit by the debris. The Dominican Republic's President Luis Abinader visited the scene of the tragedy and expressed his condolences to the families of the victims. He also vowed to pursue accountability and provide assistance to those affected by this disaster. He said, and I quote, "We are going to investigate what happened, and we are going to apply the full weight of the law to those responsible," he said in a televised address. The president also declared 3 days of national mourning and ordered flags to be flown at half-staff in honor of the victims. Now, the explosion was one of the deadliest incidents in the Dominican Republic's history and shocked the nation of 11 people. The BVI Chamber of Commerce is gearing up for a rebranding as well as the Buy BVI Trade Expo. The first Buy BVI Trade Expo was held in 1997 by the joint efforts of the BVI Chamber of Commerce and Hotel Association and Trade Promotion Unit, in addition to the Government of the Virgin Islands. The Buy BVI Trade Show has evolved into an exceptional platform that showcases the breadth and depth of Virgin Islands businesses. The event serves as a catalyst for economic growth by promoting business-to-business and business-to-customer engagement. Chairman of the Chamber, Mrs. Shana Smith Archer, recently sat down with herself to discuss the number of improvements to the Chamber.
Well, earlier this year, the board took a decision where we were looking at how we could become more effective as the voice of business. And if persons would recollect that the Chamber of Commerce and Hotel Association merged back in 1969 and became one organization. So what we started to talk about and discuss as a board from even last year was, is it time to separate the organizations? So we had a working group that went out, basically spoke to the stakeholders in the tourism sector, and they were open arms receiving the idea. So we brought it as a board to our membership, and they ratified the decision. So May 2023, we launched the BVI Yachting, Hotel and Tourism Association. So now it's time for us to basically rebrand BVICCHA to the BVI Chamber of Commerce. So
Wonderful.
that is currently on our plate. We're actually going to do that, basically celebrating the 54-year legacy of the Chamber of Commerce and Hotel Association and all that it has been doing, advocating on behalf of the business community, providing resources, whether it's through workshops, different services that we have, and networking opportunities. So, the BVI Trade Expo, again, as you read, it's something that's traditional for us, and it is also something that is very much needed because we have not done any since the 2017 hurricanes.
Okay.
So it is something, again, for the last few years, persons have been asking, is it coming back? And we said, you know what, let's try to do something this year and make sure that it happens. So we are up and running, full steam ahead with the planning for that, in addition of the rebrand. So persons will see our colors change, and that's all I'll say to that next week. But we'll come back and we'll start to talk more about, the different activities and events that we have coming up.
Chairman Archer went into detail about the specifics of the rebranding effort. Wonderful. And the rebranding takes place on August 22nd, am I correct?
Correct. And that will be at 3 p.m. at the BVI Finance Conference Center. So that's right across from where our office is, because some persons don't know we're tucked in the Tropical building, right across from Simply Delicious. So we're going to go upstairs in the conference room. I'm really excited that we have our keynote speaker is coming all the way from Grenada.
Lovely.
And she is the chairperson of the Caribbean Chambers of Commerce, or we refer to it as CARICHAM, that the BVICCHA is currently a member of.
Additionally, the public is being invited to the chamber for open house events.
The business community for the rest of that week, the 23rd, 24th, and the 25th, we have an open house at the office. Persons can come in, get more information about the chamber. And for persons who are signing up for the very first time, they would get a 10% discount. So again, we represent all businesses, all industries, any size. Your fee is based on your employee count. So if you're a single employee, or what we refer to as a micro business, then that would be $125 for the year.
Okay.
Right? And that gives you access to, where your business is listed in the website directory, in addition to receiving free advertising within the first 6 months of your membership. And there's some other things we're trying to put in there too. So again, we welcome persons come into the office between 10 a.m., 3 p.m., Monday to Friday, and, inquire what's happening at the chamber, because we are there. We are there for them.
Archer specifically addressed the BVI Trade Expo and its amazing opportunity.
Well, Ron, for me, this is something persons would have heard me speak about all the time, that business is in our DNA as Virgin Islanders, because it's something that even when our foreparents, or grandparents, they were actually the first, set of business people.
Correct.
Even if they were just a shopkeeper, the farmer, or the fisherman, they were conducting business. So we are always, to me, a people who we believe in hard work. We're able to do it for ourselves. We're very resourceful. So, whatever skill set we have, somehow we figure out how to commercialize it. So again, since we haven't done anything since the hurricanes, this was one of the opportunities. I felt that, we need to recognize the unsung heroes that have brought us through the hurricane recovery as well as the pandemic economic recession. Because again, businesses provide us the goods, the services, employment, tax revenue, as well as community service. So it's like without your businesses, essentially our community could never look the same. You know,
Understood.
they are the backbone of the economy. So, you know, whether you're a small business where it's just you and but you do products or you do services, this is an opportunity for you to come and showcase your businesses to the public. We've always had a great turnout. It starts on the Friday, the 20th of October, and it will continue into the Saturday on the 21st.
Wonderful. In addition, Archer spoke about the sponsorship opportunity available for the BVI by BVI Trade Expo.
With support. So a persons go to the website bviccha.org. They'll find all the information. We have all the way up to title sponsorship. So again, if a company wants to have their title attached to the event, they can come in at that amount, and it goes all the way down to $1,000.
Okay. Now, viewers, for the full interview, visit all 284 media platforms. That is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at 284media.com, and of course, like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. Ron Grant, I'll see you again next week. Have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Happy Friday. Goodbye.